On an outer space adventure, they got hit by cosmic rays, and the forward change was the most fantastic ways. Yes, folks, with the Fantastic Warfare steps now upon us, and me having my tickets for this weekend, thought I would talk about another adaptation. Now that I've done all the previous movies, one that left an impact on me and others. Though not the best of its kind I've ever seen, it does have its place in shaping my fandom, so definitely why I'll always have a place for it. So let's talk about how the 90s incarnation of the Fantastic Four, which was part of the Marvel Action Hour alongside Iron Man, which I'll get to another time. The show lasted 2 seasons, ends with the first airing being on the 24th of September 1994 and the last airing on the 24th of February 1996. And they actually he did he had a fairly decent job of adapting the source material, whole, which many of the storylines coming directly from the initial run of the comics, and while the animation was not quite as good as like on Batman, Superman, X-Men, and Spider-Man, I definitely have affection for it. And even though it was not the best incarnation ever, with Tom DeFalco of Marvel not being a fan, and who wrote a scene in which had Ant-Man criticizing the show, much to his editor's consternation. It's both these before he become editor-in-chief of the entire company, and Joan Lee playing he's super at the Baxter Building. I was always thought this kind of weird in hindsight, I mean, given how usually the four own the place or are studying there. But I definitely like how it was my introduction to many of their key allies, the Silver Surfer, but also who definitely planted not just big name antagonists like Doctor Doom and Galactus, but also oh, ones that aren't as well known to someone like me, like the Mole People or the Puppet Master. The that last one of whom was actually a looking after her Alicia Masters before or she and Ben Grimm started dating. And with all the back and forth dialogue here on this show, it turns out like the whole quippiness of the dialogue is going a lot longer than a lot of people might think. And it turns out I'm not the only one who's had that theme song stuck in their heads ever since first saw the show. Oh, it's not for nothing that because part of my head never mentally aged past that time period, but that degree of synth just does it too much for me. And it wasn't just any guy filling with the Casio or either the composer. It turns out it was none other than synth pioneer Giorgio Moroder that was involved with this. I mean, though, William Kevin Anderson replaced him in the second season, and I also they do a solid job with the origin story with they go into space and getting hit by the cosmic rays. Another allies included with Daredevil and the Incredible Hulk. I mean, the latter of which actually has a show going on at the time as well. But that's a matter of another day. And even though I'd not put this show on the same pedestal as I would other her comic shows at the time, I will, however, say hey, they'll always have a place for me for introducing me to these characters, and this will also not be the only anime incarnation I talk about from the four. count on that. And given how, even though I was only able to finish rewatching the first season before I made this video, I definitely can say, hey, that it's worth checking out at least once. I mean, it might not be your thing, but I definitely, I always will have a place for it myself. And so that's a whole thing that's often forgotten. Like, even if it's not always the best window, every incarnation of a big IP is someone's first. It's amazing how often a lot of us forget that. That is all I have to say for now, and I will see you who all with my look at this summer's Fantastic Four first steps. That'll be all for now. Take care, everyone.